Every modern vehicle is a symphony of interconnected systems, silently communicating behind the scenes. Gone are the days of simple wires for every function. Today, your car speaks a complex digital language, and understanding it is key to accurate diagnostics. This intricate conversation happens primarily through something called the CAN bus, or Controller Area Network. It's the central nervous system of your vehicle, allowing modules to share vital information at lightning speed. Imagine if every component in your car, the engine, brakes, radio, and even your power windows, needed its own dedicated wire running directly to every other component it interacted with. The wiring harness would be an impossible tangle. The CAN bus solves this, offering a sophisticated network that dramatically simplifies vehicle architecture, reduces wiring, and enhances reliability. Before CAN, vehicles relied on point-to-point wiring, meaning each signal had its own wire from sender to receiver. As cars became more complex with features like ABS, traction control, and advanced infotainment, this approach became unsustainable. The CAN bus emerged as an elegant solution, enabling multiple electronic control units, or ECUs, to communicate using just two wires. At its core, the CAN bus operates like a local area network for your car's computers. Instead of direct connections, ECUs broadcast messages onto the bus, and any other ECU needing that information listens and processes it. Each message has an identifier, and the system prioritizes critical messages, ensuring that essential functions like braking always get through instantly. The main components of the CAN network are the various ECUs themselves, such as the engine control module, body control module, and anti-lock brake system module. These modules are connected by two twisted wires, typically labeled CAN high and CAN low. Crucially, resistors are placed at both ends of the network to prevent signal reflections, maintaining signal integrity. Vehicle modules communicate by sending and receiving data frames, which are essentially small packets of information. When your brake pedal is pressed, the ABS module sends a message across the CAN bus indicating the brake pressure. The engine module receives this, and might reduce power to prevent wheel lockup, all without direct wiring between the brake pedal and the engine. The language itself consists of these data frames. Each frame contains data, an identifier, and a checksum to ensure accuracy. If two modules try to transmit at the exact same time, a process called arbitration occurs. The message with the numerically lower identifier takes priority and continues transmitting, while the other module waits and tries again later. This ensures vital messages always get through. Despite its robustness, the CAN bus isn't immune to faults. Common issues include a loss of communication with a specific module, intermittent network failures, or even complete network shutdown. These problems can lead to a host of symptoms, from warning lights on the dashboard to incorrect gauge readings, or even a no-start condition. When the CAN bus experiences a communication error, your vehicle's diagnostic system typically stores specific Diagnostic Trouble Codes, known as DTCs. For communication issues, these often fall into the U-code category. These codes are invaluable clues, pointing technicians towards the general area or type of communication problem. For example, a U0100 code often indicates lost communication with engine control module / powertrain control module A. A U0140 might mean lost communication with body control module. These codes don't tell you communication was lost, but they pinpoint module is the focus of the issue, helping narrow down your diagnostic path significantly. Basic troubleshooting begins with a thorough visual inspection. Check for obvious signs of damage to the wiring harness, particularly the twisted pair of CAN wires. Look for corroded connectors, loose pins, or any aftermarket accessories that might have been improperly installed and are interfering with the network. Sometimes, the simplest solution is found with careful observation. Moving beyond visual checks, a digital multimeter becomes an essential tool. One of the first things to check is the resistance across the CAN high and CAN low pins at the diagnostic port, or OBD-II connector. A healthy CAN bus with two 120 ohm termination resistors should typically show a resistance of around 60 ohms, indicating a complete and properly terminated circuit. Deviations from this value suggest an open or short circuit. For more advanced diagnostics, an oscilloscope is indispensable. It allows you to visualize the actual electrical signals on the CAN bus wires. You can observe the waveform, looking for proper voltage levels, clean square waves, and consistency. A noisy, distorted, or intermittent waveform can reveal shorts, opens, or signal integrity issues that a multimeter alone cannot detect. While generic OBD-II scanners can read U-Codes, specialized scan tools and manufacturer-specific diagnostic software offer a much deeper dive. These tools can perform network tests, allowing you to see which modules are online or offline, read network traffic, and often pinpoint the exact location of a communication fault within the network topology. Repair strategies for CAN bus faults often involve identifying the source of the resistance or voltage anomaly. This could mean repairing a damaged wire segment, cleaning or replacing a corroded connector, or, in more severe cases, replacing a faulty module that is either failing to communicate or actively disrupting the network. Always follow manufacturer-specific repair procedures. Understanding the silent language of your cars CAN bus empowers you to diagnose complex issues more efficiently. By demystifying how modules communicate, recognizing common DTCs, and utilizing the right diagnostic tools and techniques, you can effectively troubleshoot network faults, ensuring your vehicle's intricate systems continue to communicate seamlessly and reliably.